Welcome, welcome. Hey, folks, thanks for tuning in to our live Tuesday night webinar here, Partner Driven. Excited to have you guys meet, conversate, ask questions with our principal founder, Peter. I'll have him join us here in a second. Lori, thank you for turning on your camera. Appreciate that. We like to keep all of our calls really nice and intimate to have a conversation between you, our founder, Peter, and how we can help you kind of regardless of where you are in your real estate business. Lori, since I have you on here first, where are you calling from? Are you in real estate now? Are you getting, kind of getting activated? Tell us about that while we're waiting, if you don't mind.
Sure. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I am actually in the works of getting my real estate license. So I just
Nice,
finished my
nice.
classes and just studying for the exam right now.
Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. And as far as flipping houses, were you looking to kind of do that simultaneously as you have your real estate license?
Yeah, I actually it's been an interest of mine for quite some time.
Yeah,
Probably, oh goodness, probably the last 2 years. I just haven't taken that first step, and I guess
yeah.
my first step is now get my license and
Sure, sure.
yeah, so I'm
Exciting,
slowly
exciting.
getting there.
Absolutely. Well, welcome here.
Thank
You'll find
you.
you'll find out real quickly, Lori, that all we're here to do is accelerate your goals for everyone here, really. Everyone that's here that's had some real estate aspirations. Let's just help get you there quicker. Let's help you get there a lot quicker with the jet fuel that we have, what we call partner driven, and allow you to get to your destination a lot quicker with less bumps and bruises. Because let's face it, folks, as much money as you can make in real estate, people often don't think about what you can lose. Right? Not every deal is a slam dunk, a home run. I know a lot of folks who are looking to use it as a retirement vehicle, which is great. But what if you go backwards? What if you actually lose money? People don't think about those things, and they definitely don't show that on all those reality shows that we all have seen every once in a while. But anyhow, we'll kind of dive into that and why really people are leaving real estate in general in droves because of something that simple. But also, they're under the impression that it may not be the right time in the market, where we are going all out, full pedal to the metal, doing more deals with more partners across the country because we have a very unique system and how to do that, which we'll uncover tonight again directly with our founder, Peter. For everyone else, before we get started here officially, please turn on your cameras. Again, we like to keep these live webinars small and intimate. I have, sir, what's your name? I have TSHEE. How do I,
Tom.
Tom, welcome to the call, Tom. Appreciate you being
Yep.
on, sir. Again, I'll have Peter here join us here in a second. Be prepared with your questions. We'll do a live Q&A towards the end, but we definitely want to cover the foundational principles of who we are, how we got here, what we're doing, but more importantly, how we can help you. One thing is for sure, folks, we've done this over 4,000 times, as I mentioned. We're not really up for trial, if you will, right? But rather, are you ready? Are you in a position in your life where you want to capitalize on this current market, right? And really, again, as I said, as we started here, let's just help you get to your goals a lot quicker and faster with less bumps and bruises, with someone who is still in the trenches after 2 decades of being in the industry, after the last 10 years of partnering with people just like you across the country, buying the house, taking all the financial risk, splitting profits 50-50 and continuing to do so and really leading the industry and changing it from the inside out to how we acquire deals, how we get deals done quicker and faster, and how we provide the entire infrastructure. Without stealing his thunder, I'll have you guys hear directly from our principal founder, Pete. Peter, thanks for joining the call. We invited a couple of folks here tonight that are truly looking into working with us and want to hear directly from you, and maybe ask a few questions and then kind of go from there. Hey, how's your audio, Pete?
Well, thank you. Thank you all for being here. My name is Peter Vekselman. One thing's for sure, if I ever get on these like from the other side, the longer they go, the more I hate them. So I don't like to draw these out, honestly. I like to kind of get my point across of what I want to talk to you guys about today. My main thing today is I want to lay out my model. I want to share with you some statistics. I want to give you some facts about just the industry itself. It's a hot industry, but believe it or not, people are leaving in droves, and it's a reality. And I've basically positioned myself and my partners in a way to take advantage of that. not be one of the people leaving, but actually capitalizing on what they're leaving behind. And then all of that really hopefully shall take me not very long at all. And then I just want to turn it over to you guys. I assume most of you, if you're here, you should know basically what I do. You should have a basic understanding of what I do. And really here tonight is not just for me to repeat what you already know, but just really give you guys a chance to connect with me directly, see if you have any questions that still may have been unanswered, and then really for you to be able to make a decision, kind of in or out. I don't like to drag out things. I've done 4,000 deals, and one thing I know is this: when it comes to real estate, one way to definitely not be successful at it, one way to absolutely crash in it, is to drag things out. And so one of the things I personally like is I like people that can make a decision one way or another. Look, I know I'm not for everybody. My personality is such that I know rubs some people the wrong way, for what maybe not the right timing for you or what. But if you're in, let's get started. It's kind of like the way I like to do it. I do have an unusual model. By the way, what I do, there's no one else in the country that does it. And I basically partner with people just like you across the United States, and we do real estate deals. I have more partners doing deals right now than any other corporation, any other company, any hedge fund, any of the guru junk, anything like that. I'm not aware of anyone else that's even touching what I and my partners are doing. We've done deals in all the states, all the major cities, almost every single second and third tier city. Like I live in Atlanta, I consider this to be like a second or third tier city. And more than all of those combined in areas that you guys have never heard of, like Crocker, Missouri, a little town with about 500 people. I have a partner just like you guys, BJ and Tracy Medlin. I met them a couple years ago, and we've done a couple dozen deals, in a little town it's got one light. I went to visit him one time. It took us 3 minutes to get across the whole town. I was like, BJ, do you want to show me something? And he's like, yeah, dude, we just drove across the whole town. So it's very exciting what's taking place there. I'm also going to make some strong statements, but my statements are rooted in facts, in statistics, in things that we're doing. But how I give my partners the ability to do deals is by far the easiest that exists in the United States. Like there is nothing, not everybody partners with me, but I challenge people every day when I share this with them. Show me one easier way of becoming successful in real estate. And I honestly, I haven't had one person even bring anything up in about 1.5 to 2 years, because this is absolute. When you understand what I do, it is really a perfect model. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it for a number of reasons. But one of the biggest reasons that most people don't understand, but why I do this, is I'm literally on a mission. And my mission is very simple. I want to turn the whole industry upside down. And the reason I want to turn this whole industry upside down is this industry is littered with people just like you guys on this call. I mean, we all know them, right? There's no shortage of people. This is, I always tell people, stocks and bonds, investing, and real estate. Those are the two things that everybody wants to become successful in. But what nobody shares with people, but we all know it, and it's just nobody wants to talk about it, is our industry has an absolutely abysmal success rate. And it's like everybody knows it. You kind of feel about it. You go to like a seminar or part of something and you realize like no one here is making money. Everyone's excited. Everyone can't wait to be here, and everyone's is telling everybody how they're going to be the most successful person. Here's the statistic: less than 1% of people ever gain any traction in this space. It's abysmal. It's just it's the kind of statistic not a single one of you guys would ever, not a single any of us, including myself, would ever accept in anything we do. Right? You wouldn't check yourself in a hospital. It's got less than 1% success rate. You sure as heck wouldn't go to a grocery store where 99% of the food is rotten. I kid around, but it's so true. You wouldn't even take your car to a mechanic shop where it's got less than 1% success rate of cars being fixed. Yet millions of people bank their future on this business, and behind the scenes, it's got very poor success rates. There's a lot of reasons. I'm not here to discuss why it is. If you're at all trying to do this business, have been doing this business, you already know what the challenges are. It's a financial challenge, but it's not just a financial challenge. It's a knowledge challenge, but it's not just a knowledge challenge. It's the fact that you have to know 30 different things to put a deal together, and you have to know them at a very high level. You have to have skill set that almost none of us are ever taught before. Like how many people are taught the skill set of negotiations or the skill set of contracting or working with contractors. And so I'm not here to defend this industry. I'm part of this industry. I'm not even here to explain why this thing has got such a poor success rate. Again, so many of you guys live it. But that's part of the mission of why I put what I have together, is because I see, and it's already happening to a small degree, it's going to happen to a much larger degree soon. I see where in the next number of years, rather sooner rather than later, every single person will be involved in a model that I run today. I will not be the only one running this model. I just happen to be the first one running this model. But I really envision in the next 3, 4, 5 years, this will be the common way of doing it. Trying to do this business by yourself, which is what 99% of people try to do. It'll be just like buying a flip phone today. Who would buy a flip phone today? Wouldn't even think about it, right? You're not going to go to a store and say, give me one of them flip phones. No, you're going to buy a smartphone. You could buy a flip phone, and just like in the next number of years, you could still do it the old-fashioned way, which is what this is for people right now, try to do it themselves, but there won't be any need to do that. What I do, obviously, is I partner with people, okay? I also want to share with you, before I get into the specifics of how I do it, I want to share something very interesting that's taking place in the real estate industry right now that most people don't know about. It's very evident, it's very apparent, the statistics are all over the wall, and if you're embedded in this industry to the level that I am, you know it's taking place. But it's another thing that nobody really wants to talk about. But and Roland kind of gave it away a little bit. And we have I always try to do the small meetings. You guys have any idea, are people getting in the space, or people that are already in the space actually getting out of the space? Any idea which way to take yourself off mute? Let me tell you, I just love to hear what you guys think. Are people getting in this industry, or, believe it or not, the other side of the equation, are more people actually looking to exit this industry? Any idea? Take yourself off mute if you want to take a guess. Don't be
I,
shy.
I would say people are trying to get in the industry.
I think they're getting out. That's my opinion. Sorry.
Believe it or not, yes, the common sense says people are getting in. That's the common sense. That's like the logical thing, because you're trying to get in. A lot of you guys are trying to get in and all this. But the reality situation, this has an exodus right now of people. Very strategic exodus, like it's taking place in specific areas. And the scary part for a lot of people is these areas are getting larger and larger, which means this exodus is getting larger and larger. So the first one was like a 50-50 question. Let's do another one. Anybody have any idea why there's an exodus of people outside? I mean, why so many people are actually not getting in, but getting out of real estate? Anybody have any idea? This is no longer just a guess, 50-50. This is kind of like you have to have a little common sense behind this. Any idea? Anybody?
Rates and margins.
Rates and margins. Tell me something else. Just want to hear what you guys say. I'm not saying you're right or wrong, and I'll tell you why it's happening, actually. Anybody have an idea? Another idea why a lot of people are getting out?
I think housing sales are going down.
Housing sales are going down. It's even more severe than what you guys are saying. Here's what's happening. There's a lot of things that we as investors there's a lot of investors doing things that, now listen to me, this is very important, that are literally becoming illegal. I don't know if you guys are aware of it. Not kind of difficult, not kind of rates are going up, not the demand is in or out, but literally becoming illegal. And if you're an industry where it's experiencing that there's parts of it that are becoming illegal, you could see why people are getting out. Now let's continue this. By the way, I appreciate you guys participating. Thank you very much. Sorry, I got 5 kids, and one of them's right here. My 2-year-old, 3-year-old, sneaking around, wanting to say goodnight to me. Say hello. Okay, good night. This is Elise, guys. But anybody have any idea why or what specifically is becoming illegal and what's causing this chaos that's taking place in real estate right now? Anybody have any idea? And I know we're kind of digging in more and more and more. I'm not expecting you guys to know this, but anybody know what is actually becoming illegal and why that's creating this kind of exodus of people? Any idea? Let's see if we could swerve into it. Does anybody know what the most popular strategy for real estate investors are? There's a lot of strategies, fix and flips, creative strategies. Anybody know what the top strategy for real estate investors is? Most popular. The one that some of you guys, I'm sure has got to be trying to do this. Unless we have people that have no idea what you guys are talking about when it comes to real estate. Anybody have any idea what the most popular strategy in real estate investing is?
Wholesaling.
Wholesaling. Wholesaling is by far the number one most prevalent strategy in real estate investing. It's a strategy that droves of people, when they get started, utilize it. And it's a strategy that people just stick with it. You know what I mean? It's one of those strategies that whether you're brand new, you have some experience, or you're kind of at my level of thousands of deals, there's a lot of people that still stick with that strategy for a lot of reasons. One of the biggest reasons, it's one of the strategies that most newbies think, oh, you don't need any money. You just go lock something up, you flip it, and total crap. But that's what most people think. You don't need money to do wholesale deals. Does anybody know the reality of this? That wholesaling in of itself is becoming illegal in a lot of states. Does anybody know? Did anybody know that? Anybody hear that? So think about it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Does it say this requires disclosures now?
A lot of things.
Ohio.
Literally becoming illegal. And I'll tell you, by the way, was that Sam?
Yep.
Yep. So let me take a step back and explain what's really taking place and how someone like myself takes advantage of it. And when I take advantage of it, that means all of my partners now have to take an advantage. This whole thing about wholesaling being illegal started in Illinois several years ago. Illinois was the very first state to pass a law that says wholesaling, traditional wholesaling that we know, has become illegal. It happened years ago. When it was first announced, it was just announced. It wasn't even implementing yet. When it was first announced in Illinois, there was droves of people that left. It's kind of like, hey, I'm doing something. The government just tells me they got a deadline where it's going to be illegal. By the time the date hit where it became literally illegal, there was a beyond, I think back then it was almost like 30, 40% of people that were in the space had exited the space. I mean, can you imagine being in an industry where 30 to 40% of your competition disappears overnight, right? May not be bad, right? I mean, if you got 30 to 40% of your competition, well, after that happened, Myself, my team, and my partners absolutely crushed it in Chicago, not just in Chicago, in Illinois. Why is it 40% of people got out? That's got out overnight. Then another 20 or 30% left after it became illegal. But why is it all those people got out, but anybody have any idea, and Sam was on the right track, anybody have any idea why the few investors like myself that stayed behind, we absolutely crushed it? Anybody have any idea? Take yourself off mute. Some of this stuff is just common sense. Anybody have any venture to say? Huge exodus out, but a couple people that stay behind, we just absolutely killed it. Any idea? The reason it became illegal was because of how people structure wholesale deals. So what became illegal was not wholesaling, was how people were doing wholesaling. Okay? But obviously it was too hard to explain, so they just said wholesaling. Okay? Well, investors like myself, we stayed in because we understood it was just a structuring issue. We fine-tuned if we had to. We actually didn't have to fine-tune too much in all this. One of those structuring issues was something that even when people found out it was a structuring issue, never got back in. Because part of the structuring was that you had to now put money into deals. You know, traditional wholesaling, people say, well, you don't have to put money into deals. Well, you have to put money into deals, okay? And even the people that started understanding that said, I can't put money, I can't wholesale. I don't have 100 grand to put into a deal, or 200 grand, or even 50 grand, or 10 grand. Well, now just imagine what I just explained to you in one state sweeping across the United States. It's basically what's taking place right now. State after state after state after state after state are doing the exact same thing, making this particular strategy, the most popular strategy that exists, making it illegal. Which means there is this exodus of people who are just hearing the word illegal, who are hearing, oh my gosh, I got to now have capital to do even these deals and stuff like that. The reason I bring this up, it's a reality. It's also a reality that is preventing many people from getting in this business. The ones that are staying in this business are ones, a lot of times, they don't even hear about it. They don't even know what's going on. And then it just hits them like, oh my gosh, I just got busted for doing something illegal, which is not where you want to find yourself in this space, I promise you. And on and on and on. Because I understand how to structure things, we welcome that. My partners welcome that. We welcome that. Why do we welcome that? I mean, again, this is a common sense question. Why does someone like me actually welcome it? Any idea? Because of what's taking place. I just talked about it for the last 5 minutes. Anybody following? Why does someone like me get excited about everybody leaving? No idea.
For you, if you're doing it correctly.
Yeah.
Weed out all the people that don't know.
Yeah. If you're in a field and you got 100 competitors on there and 60 to 70 of them get off the field, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's a great thing, right? It's a great thing. And I only bring this up because A, it's a reality. It's another nod of why people are becoming less and less successful in this industry. It's a sad fact, but it's true. Not more and more people are becoming successful. Less and less are becoming successful. And when the government throws these kind of things at us, like, it's illegal, can't do this, got to have money to do this, got to do this, it crushes the industry. Except for those of us that know how to work inside that and actually take advantage of it. So we welcome that. Now, I wanted to bring this up because that's just the fact of this industry. This is another reason why doing this business is much more difficult today than it ever has been. Because literally the government is jumping in and making some of the most this is just one strategy I talked to you guys about. I could talk to you about several others, but you guys get the point, right? You get the point. It's not getting easier to be successful in this business. It's actually getting harder. I don't care what level you're at. You're a realtor, you're an investor and all this. If you don't know what I'm saying, you just don't know yet. You'll experiencing it. You're into jumping into a fight. You're jumping into an industry that has less than 1% success rate, and you're jumping into it into a time where there's more and more interference taking place. But that's a good thing for those of us that know how to work in those in that playing field and actually how to take advantage of that. So what makes what I do so powerful, and I'll be done here in a couple minutes, I'll flip it over to you guys for any questions. So what does make so powerful what I do? Number one, when you're partnering with me, my team will execute actually about 90% of the deal. We'll coach you, we'll train you, we'll provide you with experience, we'll provide you with tools. We have an underwriting package. We have a negotiations price, drop system to drop your prices of the deals you're finding. I have a national closing team. Obviously, I put up all the money. I also assume all the liability. We have a construction team that could be deployed across the United States. And then when we sell these property deals, we split the profits down the middle, 50-50. I assume if you're here tonight, you basically understand that part of the equation. The second thing I have that makes what I do so powerful, so magical, I have 11 different strategies I utilize. If you're in this business, if you're one-dimensional, it's very hard to be successful. Which means if you're in this business and all you're doing is, let's say, wholesaling that we just talked about, fixing and flipping, let's say you're a real estate agent, you're just involved in one thing, which is what everybody's taught to do. Do the one thing. It's very difficult. That one thing has a very small bullseye, buy box. I have the biggest buy box in the United States, which means for my partners to find deals that we could do together is easier than anything else. Why? Because I have 11 strategies we utilize here. Fix and flips, wholesale, hotel, pre-marketing, pre-listing, as-is flips, owner finance, subject to, lease options. I also do different types of deals, houses, land deals, getting new construction, all that kind of stuff. When you put them all together, the buy box is huge. The ability to find deals that I want to partner with you on is easier than that exists out there. And the third pillar is we're putting together systems in place that allows deals to find you. In any traditional real estate, they're always going to tell you, whoever you work for, go find it, go find a customer. And they're BSing you. That's not how this business works. You could actually set this business up in a way where you lay it out the right way, where deals actually start finding you. When you set up the right infrastructure around you, when you set up the right network around you, when you potentially have the ability to tap into some technology around you, you could actually get to the point where deals find you. So I've gone a little bit longer than I wanted to, but that's kind of an overview of the state of the union of the marketplace. This is a little bit overview of what I do in terms of partnering. So now I want to flip it over to you guys and see what questions you have for me, what comments, why you're here, why you even want to do this. I mean, it's Tuesday Night Live. I mean, you could be doing a million other things, but you're sitting here, you're listening to me, so that means you must have a reason of why you want to do this. So I'd love to hear that also. And then for those of you that are ready to get started, let's go do it. All right. Who's got a question for me? A comment, kind of why you want to do this, share with me, anything. I guess no rules. Like I'm literally just flipping it over to you guys. Yeah, and if just take yourself off mute. And who wants to be first?
I have a question for you.
Yes, Miss Vanessa. Hi.
Hi, how are you? So, I heard you say you can structure deals like 11 different ways, but is there a certain amount of profit that you're looking to make per deal?
Great question. I have 11 strategies. I mean, exit strategies we could utilize. So I could do things. This is important. All the way, obviously, big margins, but I could also do things with very, very small margins. So because I have 11 different boxes we could put these deals in. Does that make sense? So I could go all the way down to like 10% margins, which Vanessa, in most investor world, people say that's not even a deal. I could create a deal out of something that has like literally razor thin margins and still create a deal out of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that was actually my question because I know sometimes, like larger price points, 10% is still, maybe 150K or something, so it's not like it's a small.
Well, it's still about margins. It's not about dollar amounts, it's about margins. Because on
No, no,
larger
no.
deals, 10%, 150,000, but a realtor commission on that same deal could be 100,000. So you still got to be thinking margins. But I see what you're saying. And
Right.
yes, I'm able to go to all the way down to razor thin margins. I could do
Okay.
deals where other 99 other investors will turn away. They're like, there's nothing here, and I could create a deal out of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So finding deals for me um, is easier than anything out there because I have so many strategies we could employ. Whereas a typical person in real estate has one strategy, and if it doesn't fit that strategy, you're out of luck. This is why so
Yeah.
few people ever
So
become successful.
right. Do you do like creative deals? Like,
We could do creative deals,
okay.
all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Who are you talking to, Vanessa?
Who was I talking to?
On my team.
I think it was David.
Dave. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I was just curious because I've learned a couple of strategies too that I like to use, and I'm always open to learning more. So
What's your favorite?
I like Novation. It's like where you kind of partner with the
Yep.
seller and keep it under their name, so you don't have to
Yep. Have you
use.
ever closed one like that?
Yeah, I have. That's why I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've
Yeah,
done thousands like that. Thousands.
yeah, it's like a win-win. So
Yep.
um,
Well, that's just one of my 11. That's one
yeah,
of
that's one. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm sure I'll have more questions. I just can't think of them at the moment.
Well, are you in? Are you out? What are you thinking here?
Well, I'm thinking, I work with a lot of wholesalers. I get sent deals from other agents, and then, I'm also hunting for my own on my own as well. So, do you care where the lead comes from, or do you
Yeah,
have
no
any?
deals from agents, no deals from wholesalers. That's just waste of time. Yeah,
Okay.
we show you how to get deals. That's part of what we show you how to do is how to find deals.
Okay. So you do care.
There's only one source that matters. Wholesaler, anybody can get on a million lists and they think they've got something. You're just wasting time. Anybody can
Exactly.
call 50 realtors and think, wow, I'm staying busy, but it's all waste of time. No, the only deals are direct to owner, and that's what all of our systems, infrastructure is all about connecting you directly to owners.
Yeah. Okay.
So even the one part we ask you to help us with, we get involved in, which is unbelievable.
Yeah. So you help us set up like ads, or what do
Show you
you
how to do
use?
how to get those deals. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Different strategies, different techniques, all of that. That's the only thing we teach, by the way. We don't teach paint colors. We just show you how to find deals. And after doing 4,000 of them, nobody in the country knows more on finding deals than me. Nobody.
And can we use our own construction crews, like if we want to?
Yeah, we'll
Because
check
I
them out.
have partners that I've worked with,
Yep,
in the past.
we'll
So,
check them out.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, okay. Yeah. I'm going to give it some thought still. I mean, I just literally talked to David earlier for the
Awesome.
first time. I haven't
All right.
really
Well,
even
I hope
looked
we
at
could
your
do some
website
deals.
yet. So,
I hope
yeah.
we could do some deals, Vanessa.
Okay.
All right. Awesome.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. All right. Who's got the next question? Questions, comments, anything?
Yeah, I have something just kind of curious as to how it would work for someone like myself. So I have my license. I've done a couple flipping the last couple years. I've done about like six last 3 years, and then I do some wholesaling as well,
By
about
the
like
way.
two wholesale deals a month. So for someone that has like the streams marketing, a lot of outbound, inbound already going on, like I be able to just bring you deals that I already have locked up, and essentially you just work as the buyer and then the partner.
Potentially, we'll show you how to level up. I mean, I have partners, Sam, that have started with me. They had 500 deals done before they started with me.
Mm-hmm.
So for someone who's already got some experience, I just show you how to scale it. That's it. That's the way you got to look at me. I show you how to scale it. I don't put financial limits on you, geographical limits, knowledge, rehab limits. I show you how to expand and grow. So yes, if you know how to find them yourself, we're obviously cool, no problem there. But I'll show you stuff that you just don't know. I mean, after doing 4,000 deals, there's things I know that most people don't even know you could do. So I'll show you how to take your knowledge and really scale. People say, well, I have partners that have done over 100 deals before they start with me. People say, why would somebody who's done 100 or 300 deals start with you? Because they want to grow and scale. They want to grow and scale. You know what I mean? Because even people who are doing, consistent deals, as you know, you're limited, right? You're limited. You're limited by money. You're limited by infrastructure. You're limited by geography. This is a crazy business that people that get in, they want to do unlimited things, but they realize very quickly it's a very limiting business. It's like a catch-22. So I take those shackles off. We could do as many deals as you want to do at a time. We could do them across the country if you want to do it. We could deploy construction into different areas, all of that kind of stuff. So I give someone like you the ability to scale. But of course, whatever knowledge and experience you bring to the table, we're going to piggyback off of that. That goes without saying. No question. Who are you talking to on my team, Sam?
I think might have been David too.
Okay, you connected with David?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
All right, well, hopefully we can get started. I'd love to work with guys like you who have some experience already. It just shortens the curve. That's really what it does. Shortens the learning curve, let's face it. Awesome. Well, we'll let David know you're on, and maybe you guys can connect afterwards, and let's figure this thing out.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
All right, thanks for being here. All right, who's got the next question? Comment, anything?
Don't have
Anybody?
anything in the chat here, Pete, so
All right, everybody good? Everybody all questioned out? All right. Well, let's bring this to a close. First of all, thank you all for being here. I mean, I do understand this is a nighttime. You could be doing other things, but you're here. I assume the reason you guys are here is because you're looking. You're looking to level up in life. You're looking to make more, get more, have a bigger lifestyle and stuff like that. Really, this is the only reason you should want to do this. Don't try to evaluate whether this works. I mean, we've done it 4,000, done 4,000 of these. So we're beyond that. This works. The question is, are you looking to achieve more than you're achieving now? If you are, you want to reconnect. I know Roland hopefully got everybody down who's here. We'll get you guys connected. Roland's also going to, if for some reason you're not talking to somebody, or you want to make sure you're jumping back on that person's calendar as quickly as possible after tonight. Right now, Roland's going to drop inside chat a schedule a call link. That just gives us the ability to know who is here and that you're serious and that you want to connect with the person you're talking to or just for the first time. So Roland, I'm sure, just dropped schedule a call link inside chat. So just hit that, fill that out. But I do want to tell you guys, I'm excited. I'm excited about what's taking place. We're in some unprecedented time, doing some unprecedented things. I'm always looking for that next person that wants to level up and do the amazing stuff, achieve their dreams and goals, and go through walls to do that, because that's what I do with my partners. So on behalf of myself, Roland, the team behind us that makes all this possible, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I look forward to working with a number of you all here from tonight. Again, thank you. God bless each and every single one of you. Good night.
thanks, Pete. Everyone else, please click the link if you haven't done so already. Josh, I just read your question. That'd be best served by the advisor you're speaking with, which I believe is Tiffany. So I'll be sure to have Tiffany reach out to you, Josh. On behalf of Partner Driven, thank you all for being here. Again, if you haven't clicked the link to schedule a call with your advisor, please do so now. The moment we hop off, the link goes away as well. So I'll stick around here for a few more seconds. But again, thank you all for being here. Have a great night.